Hello Leyden community. As we've now passed the midpoint of the first quarter, I thought it would be a good time to give you an update. Today I want to give you an overview of how things are going in our schools, talk about the metrics related to reopening, and discuss our plans for sports, clubs, and activities. Many people have been asking me, how's everything going at Leyden this year? First and foremost, I want to say that I couldn't be more proud of our students and teachers. The experience this fall has been significantly better than what we experienced last spring. Our attendance in classes has been between 93 and 97% each day. However, our students' work completion in their courses hasn't been quite as good. Parents and guardians, we can use your help. I know you had a chance to meet with our teachers during parent-teacher conferences last week, which gave you an idea of how your student is doing so far. We need you to make sure that our students are completing their work and earning their credits. So, please make sure that we're getting those grades up in the next few weeks. Remember that unlike the spring semester last year, all grades count and all grades are final. As part of our enhanced remote learning plan, final grades this quarter are on October 16th. PE classes will continue into the second quarter, but students' other 3 course grades will be final semester grades on October 16th. Then they will start 3 new courses at that time, along with the continuation of physical education. For helpful tips during remote learning, we need our students to stay positive and engaged. Students and parents, I want you to remember the phrase, Eagles count. Each letter in the word Eagles is a reminder that expectations, attendance, grades, learning, engagement, and self-care all count. I also want to recognize the army of support staff employees who are coming to work every day. This allows us to open our schools up to any students who want a quiet place to work with a good internet connection. If your child might benefit from this, please check our website for information about signing up. We're providing transportation every day. We're also still providing food every day. Great meals are available 5 days per week at both high schools and at various locations throughout the community. We can provide meals for any child in the Leyden community, regardless of their age. Please take advantage of this every day. The other questions I hear most often are usually some variation of when will the high schools reopen or what metrics are being used to determine when to reopen. The big answer is that the state is making that a local decision for every school district. The Illinois Department of Public Health has put out some guidelines for us to use. The 2 main metrics I'm following every day are the countywide positivity rate and the number of new cases of COVID-19 per 100,000 residents. I view those numbers like green, yellow, and red lights when we consider reopening. The state takes those metrics and breaks the data into 3 categories: minimal spread, green light, moderate spread, yellow light, and substantial spread, red light. And here's how the state reports those particular data points. A positivity rate of 0 to 5% is considered minimal, 5 to 8% is considered moderate, and anything above 8% is substantial. Leyden is in suburban Cook County, excluding the city of Chicago, and our current positivity rate as of last Wednesday was 5.5%, or moderate, a yellow light. This data point measures the total number of positive cases divided by all tests taken over the past 7 days. New cases per 100,000 residents are also measured as an average over the past 7 days. They're broken up this way. Less than 50 is considered minimal spread, anything from 50 to 100 is considered moderate, and numbers over 100 cases per 100,000 residents are considered substantial spread. Currently, we are at 110 cases, which means substantial local spread of the virus, and that's a red light. The Cook County Health Department actually breaks this data down by each local community. As of last week, here's how our local communities are doing in terms of cases per 100,000 people. Franklin Park has gone down from 104 to 87. Melrose Park is up from 114 to 157. North Lake is down from 146 to 73. River Grove is up from 68 to 108. Rosemont has too small of a sample size. And Schiller Park is up from 85 to 102. With all this information in mind, we are maintaining our enhanced remote learning plan at this time. We haven't set any specific dates to begin our hybrid model because we do not know when this scientific data will allow us to do so. When our local positivity rates and our community spread numbers start to get lower, we will give at least 1 week's notice before we plan to bring kids back into our schools on a more regular basis. When looking at our local data, it's also important to note that our elementary schools have very different decisions to make than the high schools do. When we consider this data, we have to think about thousands of kids in our schools, crisscrossing in the hallways during passing periods and in various classes throughout the day. The last question I've been getting recently is what's going on with sports and when can we start up activities and clubs? When it comes to sports, we are following what is allowed by the IHSA, the Illinois High School Association. This fall, we've been able to run girls tennis, girls swimming and diving, boys and girls cross country, and boys golf. The next season will start on November 16th, and we are scheduled to run wrestling, girls and boys basketball, boys swimming and diving, bowling, dance, cheerleading, and girls gymnastics. Some of those sports make us raise our eyebrows a little and wonder if we'll be able to run them safely. We're still waiting on final rules and decisions as to whether or not all those sports will actually be allowed to run. Regarding fine arts, clubs, and activities, we've given our faculty permission to start meeting as soon as they submit meeting plans for approval by our building principals and activities directors. These will happen as a blend of in-person and virtual meetings with the start of the second quarter. Some may actually start sooner. We're excited for our bands, choirs, theater programs, and clubs to get started. We know how much these opportunities mean to our kids and their connections to Leyden. All of this will happen with very strict safety protocols. Please know that I'm monitoring the reopening metrics on a daily basis with the hopes of getting our kids back to school as soon as possible and as soon as it's safe. We are ready with a 25% hybrid model and a 50% hybrid model when the time is right. Thank you for your continued partnership. Students, keep up the great work. If you're falling behind in classes, please pick up the pace. If you need help, our teachers, counselors, social workers, administrators, and support staff are all here to help you. When the quarter ends next month, you'll have finished a full semester for your 3 non-PE classes, and the PE classes will run throughout the year. So the time is now to kick it into high gear and make sure you get the grades that you want. We are in the process of scheduling another round of virtual town hall meetings for parents. More information will be coming soon from the building principals. At those meetings, we will provide some reminders and information. Most importantly, we want to connect and we want to answer any questions that you have as we navigate this school year together. If you have any questions, please reach out to your building administrators. We are all here every day to support you. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.